Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Everybody, welcome back to a quick beer review. Going back out to Munster, Indiana, 3 Floyds, courtesy of my man Jonathan. I appreciate you, bro. This is Turbo Reaper, and this is, per the label, a 7% alcohol by volume, another West Coast IPA. I love it. I absolutely love it. We are the West Coast IPA channel. It's a true story. The majority of the beers that I drink are West Coast style. They are clear. That's what we do. So, yeah, 3 Floyds, Munster, 7%. It says, without warning, something's dawning. Oh my gosh, it is impossible to read purple print on a purple can that's shiny. Something about something's dawning. It says a West Coast style IPA awaits something. Your defenseless thirst. My thirst is not defenseless. This was canned on. Oh my gosh, we're struggling today. Ooh, a little hashtag Team Old IPA. July 16th. So 2 months in the can. It's not old. But we are Team Old IPA on the old Instagram if you want to follow along. So let's get into it. I'm excited. I've really enjoyed the 3 Floyds beers that Jonathan has sent recently. And I had mentioned it in the last video that we did. This beer actually looks like the beer that we just drank, Brewdoo. Someone had mentioned that San Diego's starting to get some 3 Floyds distro, so maybe I'll see it. I don't know. So this beer, I mean, it says it's a West Coast IPA. There's a chill haze. I can see my finger, but it's pretty cloudy. Is it a chill haze? I mean, this looks, it almost looks like a Hefeweizen. It's that cool, like, I mean, it looks like the last beer. I said burnt orange, kind of like that. It looks like when you look at the sky, like during dusk and like the sun's kind of on fire. It's like that. Finger of bright white head. We are using our 3 Floyds glass because you guys know beer tastes better when you do that. It's a true story. No information as far as the hops go, but if it's a West Coast style like the last beer we just drank, it should be a good combo of hops and malts. Smell this thing. This beer smells very similar to Brewdoo. It is piney, it is floral, and there is a nice bready sweetness. This has more of, I had mentioned in the last video, if you didn't watch that, I talked about Sierra Nevada Celebration. That is such a rad, like rich brown oh my gosh, words are hard. Rich brown bread sweetness. This has that too. This is not as intensely floral as the last beer, but it's piney, it's floral. It's got a cool, like earthy, just hop thing to it. A little bit of like sweet, I would say sweet citrus, like orange, don't think orange juice, but maybe like bitter, like orange rind. It smells really, really good. 7%, like you wouldn't expect it to smell boozy or like hot or intense like that, but it just smells like this is gonna be like a really like thirst quenching, refreshing like IPA. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Cheers, Jonathan. Appreciate you, bro. That is an easy drinking beverage, especially after just drinking Brewdoo. The last beer had a crazy bitterness to it. Like it was intense hot bitterness. And I had mentioned that with a little bit of time, that beer would probably mellow out as far as the hop bite goes and allow the malts to kind of shine through. This feels like that beer with a little bit of age on it, if that makes sense. Same with this one, right on the front of your tongue. You get a good, like, it's like a citrus kind of a pith. And then it's piney, pine needles, like sprucey almost. Super floral, just like the last beer. And you get bitterness, but it's not anywhere near like the crazy intense bitterness that the last beer had. Nice bready sweetness. I don't think the sweetness on this is like decadent kind of brown bread. It's more of like a crusty kind of white bread. I eat sourdough bread all the time. And a lot of these beers I realized over the years, like when it's sweet on the finish, it reminds me of sourdough bread. This has that. This one is so much more balanced than the last one, and just an easier drinking beer as far as like the palate fatigue would go. This is really, really good. Super dry on the finish. It's prickly, it's light. What does Untappd say? It's zippy. Zippy on your palate. This is good. I mean, is this something that's incredibly amazing? No, but you don't need, I say this all the time. Every beer that you drink doesn't have to be like, holy fuck, this is life-changing. This is one of those beers where if I was in Indiana and I was at a random, like if I was there for work at a hotel and this was like the beer that was on tap, I would be stoked for as long as I was there, because I would just drink this every single day. It's refreshing, it's easy drinking, it's plenty hoppy, super flavorful, balanced, good stuff. So again, with this one, I mentioned on the Brewed video, probably not highly rated on Untappd, but I don't care about that app anymore. Just because it's so dominant by hazy beers and pastry stouts. Something like this kind of gets lost in the shuffle, but this is a solid beverage. I very much enjoy it. So that is Turbo Reaper from Three Floyds in Munster, Indiana. Have you guys had this one? You should check it out if you have not. Jonathan, I appreciate you sharing it. So that is it. Appreciate you guys watching. I will see you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.